Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to another round of videos. Talking about coins, silver, bullion, gold, coin roll hunting, you name it. I want to thank everyone for being a fan of my work. I wanted to do a little public service announcement for a lot of you that have sent me little messages and stuff on YouTube or through my email. Bear with me. I'm kind of going through a really busy transition right now. We're moving into a new home. We're changing jobs and everything like that. So give me a little time, preferably another 30, 45 days if that's possible. And, I'll get back with you on that. So today we're going to focus on this video, affordable coins, affordable series of coins. In this case, $50 under $100. Okay, it's real simple. I'm going to show you coins from each series within the U.S. half dollars, kind of like a type breakdown. As you can see, here's a capped bust example, and for $100 or less, you can't really go wrong with this series. Okay, as you can see, I did not start with the flowing hair or the drape bust for obvious reasons, unless you get something that's holed and damaged beyond belief, and even those are still commanding some sort of money, purely for the fact that a lot of people want an example, but they can't afford the $1,000, $2,000 or higher for those examples. So this is what a capped bust example looks like. First year was 1807. It actually overlapped from the drape bust into the capped bust, so they made both designs for that year. This is 1824, and if you notice, the last four is over what looks to be a zero. They actually call it an 1824 over jumbled or various, so it's over 2-3 different numbers. So this piece right here, you got a little rim bump here. It's got kind of a blackish color that might indicate some sort of corrosion, although the surface on this looks pretty good. But it's got a few rim bumps. It grades out about a VG. You still have details in there that would be suitable for this type of coin. And there's the reverse. Okay, you got the heraldic eagle, olive branch, 3 arrows, 50C. The cool thing about the cap bust series is there's a lot of varieties to find, a lot of Overtons. So for those of you that kind of like the thrill of the hunt and yet you want to keep it affordable, this is the series for you. Millions of these were produced during its day, and they made its way out in commerce. So that's the first example of a cap bust. Here's another one. This one's an 1830. As you can see, it's a large zero variety. Now this one grades out probably around a VF, a strong VF, maybe a 35 or so. You can see some luster around the stars. They call that peripherals, for those of you that are new to the hobby. And here's another. This is another inexpensive example because it's a high mintage. Lots of them were made, and the design hasn't changed. Okay, so that's what that one looks like. And I'm going to show you one more capped bust. This one's an 1834. Something you want to keep in mind as you're shopping for these. There are a lot of cleaned examples out there. This one that you see before you is one such example. And it's pretty easy to find because you're going to see the hairlines, in this case, in the fields right here, on some of the higher devices within Lady Liberty. You're going to see a lot of the fine hairlines that are indicative of something abrasive running across it. Even a cloth, a soft terry cloth can produce those lines as well. Alright, so as we come to a close here for Cap Bust series, the final year, of course, is 1839 and then 1840. You're familiar with this design, the seated Liberty The seated Liberty, of course, was in the half dimes all the way up to the silver dollars, and there's a myriad of different pattern coinage that also exhibit Lady Liberty seated. So this one is a Confederate 1861 O, so it was produced in New Orleans right at the onset of the Civil War. This one's hold, of course, so that's where the value comes in. If this coin was not hold, and it was in great, actually someone tried to start another drill hole right over here at star 3. So it's got problems, but if it was a problem-free coin in this condition, which is about an XF, it's easily a $400 or $500 coin. Okay, and there's the reverse, very much the same, a little bit of difference in the reverse of this one compared to the cap bust reverse. As you can see, half dollar is spelled out at the bottom of the eagle, but the design has stayed the same with the shield and the olive branch and arrows. So these coins, very affordable. You could find VS for under $100. And let's see, how about we stay with the Civil War theme? And here's an 1863. Old cleaning for this one. So this is an 1863S. There you go. Very pretty design, although it's been overused through many denominations within U.S. coinage. And even the coins of England, there's a lot of seated female designs on those, as you can see in like the halfpenny and the farthings and all that stuff. Pretty much a carryover. And there is a reverse on this one. As you can see, the mint mark is right underneath the eagle. Alright. There we go. So moving on, the final year of seated Liberty coinage for half dollars is 1891. Okay, up next is the famous Barber design that was so widely criticized because Lady Liberty looks like a dude on here. So that was the big stink with this design from the moment it hit the scene in 1892. This is a 1911. For $100, you could actually find common date VFs. Okay, VFs being that you have a lot of the leaves here in this tiara, and you'll have lots of letters of Liberty showing as well. So this is a 1911 S. The eagle is, of course, newly designed compared to the older series. Alright, and here's one that's really worn. It's 1912. Okay, there you go. That's what it looks like when it's about AG or good condition. Not a lot of detail in the eagle feathers. And here's another 1911. Okay, this one's probably more of a fine condition coin. See the wear and the wingtips. Yeah, this is a 1911 Philly. Alright. So the Barber halves you can easily get for $30, $40 in VG and fine. So pretty affordable. Now Walking Liberty, one of my favorites. Now this particular date right here, this 1921, is not your garden variety cheapo example, but I thought I'd throw it in there because it's one of the key dates in the series. Okay, this one grades out about a VG as well. Alright, this is more of a $200 coin than $100. But you could get a 1921 if it grades at an AG with a readable date right around $100. So pretty cool. And the timeless design of Adolf Wyman, you can't beat it with a stick. That's for sure. All right, so let's show you a little bit of a more mid-state example. This is a 1934. Of course, on this one, you could totally tell the detail in the dress and other facets of the obverse, which makes this such a stunning design. Okay, there's the reverse. One of the prettiest designs on the reverse as well. Okay. And how about another mid-state example? This is a 1945. So there we go. So it's got a very unique luster pattern. So you could totally tell if these things have been cleaned or whizzed. Okay, there we go. This one's about 64, 65. It's that nice. And you know what? I'm gonna close it out. And by the way, the Walking Liberties that I showed you in mint state, you can actually get for around $50 for those later dates in the 1940s. I'm gonna round it out with the Franklin series. Super collectible. People collected by full bell lines and Bugs Bunny clashes and everything like that. That it's got a little bit of something for everyone. I remember when these things were being circulated, like when I was 2, 3 years old. I can't believe I can remember that. But that's what these look like. The mint state examples, they could be had for around 18, $20 for the dates in the late 50s and 60s. All right. Yeah, let's see. Here's a 63 mint state. Look at the luster. It's very distinguishing. There you go. Liberty Bell on the reverse, and you got that man-looking thing right there is actually an eagle. One of those many little funky nuances with coinage is I think any silver coinage needs to have an eagle on the reverse, and that was something that was passed through legislation many, many decades ago. So on this one, they got a little Hawkeye-looking dude right there. And I'll show you one more here, another 63. This one has some kind of like a copper russet toning on the edges, so it's probably an old album coin at one point. Very, very nice coins, guys. For $100, you could really knock it out of the park. In fact, for $100, take it to a coin shop or a coin show. You could buy yourself 2 Franklins and a Walker, or one cap bust. Let's see, you could, depending on what your grade level is that you're looking at, you could buy 2 seated Liberties, or a seated Liberty and maybe a Franklin and a Kennedy. I'm not going to show you Kennedys because everybody on the face of the earth knows what those things look like, and they're cheap. They're all contingent on silver bullion value, especially for the 1964, which is 90%. So that wraps up collecting the $50 series, staying at a budget of $100 or less. If you guys have any questions or comments, go ahead and shoot below in the comments section, or send me a private message. I promise, by the grace of, I will get back with you. Let's put it that way. I just have to take care of what I need to take care of, and I'll take care of you guys. Thanks again for watching, and I'll talk to you soon.